The next important utility function done by banks are collection of taxes. Basically there are two types of taxes. One is direct tax and the other is indirect tax. What is the difference between direct tax and indirect tax? Direct tax is that which you pay directly to the government. Suppose example is income tax. So at the end of the year you calculate your income and you calculate the income tax payable and you remit it to the government directly. So that is direct tax, where you pay the amount directly to the government. On the other hand, you and your friends go to a restaurant and the bill comes for some 2000 rupees and the restaurant charges a service tax of some 150 rupees. 2000 rupees bill, some 150 or 200 rupees is charged as service tax, not service charge. Please don't confuse, because some restaurants are cheating the people as say charging as service charges. Service charges are different, which it is for the restaurant to charge, and that money will go to the restaurant. Service tax, it is a tax levied by the government and that must go to the government. So you pay 2150 rupees, 2000 rupees towards your food bill and 150 rupees towards your service tax. Then you don't pay directly this money to the government, you pay it to the restaurant, and the restaurant in turn collects and then pays it to the government. Therefore this is an indirect tax. So the cardinal test for finding whether a tax is indirect tax or a direct tax is whether you are paying directly to the government or you are paying to a third party who in turn pays to the government. That is the test for finding whether a tax is indirect tax or a direct tax. Bank accepts both direct tax and indirect tax. Voltas online tax accounting system is the software through which direct taxes are accepted from individuals as well as corporations. From corporates pay corporate tax. The taxes accepted are income tax, wealth tax, security transaction tax, capital gains tax, and any direct tax which is paid by the individual directly to the kitty of the government. So how this is made possible? NSDL, National Security Depository Limited, which was started by National Stock Exchange, they are maintaining all data about the taxpayers in a network called TIN, Tax Information Network. And the core banking servers of banks are connected to this TIN. Therefore, the advantage to the customer is that if he wants to pay tax, he need not go. In the earlier days, how we used to pay tax? We have to go to the income tax department or the concerned department and wait there in queue, get the challan, pay the money in the treasury. It will take half a day to pay tax. But now, since this TIN is connected to the core banking services servers of the bank can have access to the data that is available in TIN, and whenever a customer wants to pay deposit, what he has to do? He has to come to the bank. There is one challan called tax challan, in which CIN, customer identification number, is very important. All the taxpayer has to do is he has to write his CIN, customer identification number, and pay the tax. It will be in duplicate. Keep one copy with you. It will be having counterfiles, two counterfiles. One counterfile will be taken by the bank, another counterfile you will keep it with you, and when you file the tax return, along with it you file the tax. For having paid the proof of having paid the tax, you attach your copy of the challan, CIN. That's all. So you debit your account and credit it and take the challan, and the counterfile of the challan will be given to you. You simply submit along with your tax returns. So Voltas, OLTAS, online tax accounting system is a software which enables, this is connected to the TIN, tax information network maintained by NSDL, to which the core banking servers are connected. Because of this, it is possible to pay taxes from your bank itself directly without going anywhere, and direct taxes can be paid like this. What about indirect taxes? Indirect taxes, the authority is Central Board of Excise and Customs. They are the people who are the authorities for collecting indirect tax. They have created a multi-banking scheme in which about 7,300 authorized branches of 27 nominated banks, including 3 private sector banks, collect indirect tax. For direct tax, Voltas. For indirect tax, it is multi-banking scheme of CBEC, through which indirect taxes are collected. The indirect taxes collected are customs duty, excise duty, service tax, etc. These are the taxes that are collected. Any indirect tax you can pay through using the multi-banking scheme of CBEC. Therefore, tax collection is being done by the banks as a utility function for the customers, so that they need not take the difficulty of going to the tax office, standing in queue and paying. So nowadays you can pay both direct tax and indirect tax. Direct tax you pay through Voltas, indirect tax you pay through multi-banking scheme of CBEC.